Space, the boundary of human achievement, the new frontier.
It's just a cough.
Yeah, right. And the Earth is flat.
Treat your cough seriously with Robitussin CF Max. Nothing lasts longer and treats more symptoms for your cough, cold, and flu. Robitussin, because it's never just a cough.
In a few moments, you will have an experience which will seem completely real. It will be the result of your subconscious fears transformed to your conscious awareness. Warning, this tape must not be played by government personnel. It can be extremely harmful and result in severe trauma. You have 5 seconds to terminate this tape. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hold him. Now you listen to me, you hillbilly punk who thinks the world's still round. I'm here to tell you it's not. It's flat.
Lexi, tell us something interesting.
Okay, the Earth is flat, and a witch stole his pants.
Flat Earth expert Mark Sargent thinks the moon landing was a hoax.
Technically, the moon itself is a hoax.
Right, but betting with Sportsbet's new iPhone app?
I could do this standing on my head.
Thanks, Gravity. Sportsbet's new iPhone app. It's foolproof.
I know how we're different. Do you believe the Earth is flat?
I know it's flat. I walk on it.
Holy
Do you think the Earth is flat, Snoop? What do you
It's a flat world after all.
Smoke weed every day.
It's definitely the triple digits, but I don't know exactly. It's a ridiculous number. Find that out for me before we get a break, and then we'll
Broadcasting straight to you from a large spaceship, currently at war with mainstream science. Meanwhile, Peanut is rising from the charred remains of the American Midwest. It appears that he survived the apocalypse death ray of the solar eclipse. Peanut would like to remind everyone that he told you so. Welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, which propose that all of us are living inside a Truman Show enclosed structure, thousands of miles wide. Just Google Flat Earth Mark. If you can't find it, well, you're just not very good at the internet. Currently, the show is on Tuesday nights at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. And yes, Caroline, if it is not April 9th, 2024, the year of the Wood Dragon, then you are listening to a rerun. Very short quote of the day goes exactly like this. Boo! That's all I have to say about yesterday. Boo! Nothing happened. No planes, no trains, no automobiles. I don't think anyone even got in a fight. I watched 10 different eclipses in as many cities, 6 different channels over there. Nothing happened. It was pretty. I'll give you that, though. Anyway, my co-host, she's lovely. She's sassy. She's just one of the biggest Flat Earth rock stars ever. Karen B of the show Karen B. Well, the channel Karen B and Strange World, which you're listening to live right now. Hey, Karen.
Hey, Mark.
You got back from the eclipse.
I did. I did not burst into flames.
Yep. I don't see your hair is not singed. Peanut,
No.
his hat. I don't think he even lost a hat during and we had people everywhere, which I'm sure people will call in and talk about it, which is great. But before that, hey, Karen, being the current queen of Flat Earth, it must be hard to find Flat Earth friends. Do you know an easy way to find cool people like yourself and solid info about our stationary, horizontal, level plane?
Why, yes, that would be the Flat Earth Sun Moon Zodiac Clock app.
It's the perfect gift for friends, family, and complete strangers. Yeah. Watch the featured video every day for 2 weeks and see what happens. It'll be the best $2.99 you've ever spent. Oh, so sleepy. And because it's 10 p.m. on the East Coast, it's time to say goodnight to one of our listeners, Paige. She's just put on her Archie pajamas, got a cup of cocoa with exactly 6 tiny marshmallows, and will probably listen to the playback in the morning. Good night, Paige.
Good night, Paige.
Do I still have to focus, Peanut? Am I back? I'm back, right? I'm okay, right? Yeah, good, yeah. Don't forget, you can also find this program on BitChute and Brighteon, Rockfin, and Rumble. YouTube is not the end of Flat Earth, it's just the beginning. Shout outs, obviously, to Flat Earther Stephen Carpenter of the Deftones. Support the Flat Earth cause, get the coolest hoodies ever. And if I'm not mistaken, Stephen Carpenter of the Deftones will be here for episode 456.
Indeed, he will be.
Weather permitting. Yeah. So let me turn on my lights because Mailbag, as you guys know, I get packages. I get mail. And Christian from Vegas, wow, he has sent me quite an assortment today. So let's just go through it, shall we? First up, only one set of DVDs I'm going to mention, and that would be the 40th Anniversary Ultimate Collector's Edition, the Director's Cut of Woodstock, the 3-day event of music. Fully encased in leather and tassels. See there, a little kind of like a leather vest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very nice. Thank you, Christian, for that. Also, the obligatory, I'm sure we can show this on YouTube, a Vegas boob cup. Yeah. That would be a showgirl with red underwear. It says Las Vegas on it. Yeah. Very, very nice. Thank you, Christian. I don't think he ever used this cup. Wonder why. And an assortment of coins. So I'm only going to go over the highlights of the coins, which is couple really fast. I got a couple 1935 $1 silver certificates, which are very interesting because not only does one of them say stamped Hawaii on it, right? Silver certificates, if you guys don't know, please look that up back in the day. Both 1935, but they're both autographed to hell. And I don't know exactly why. Maybe that was a thing back in the day where if you started an autograph chain and you spent the money, all of a sudden, you'd sign your autograph, because I have no idea who any of these people are. But yeah, they're autographed. I don't know if they're worth anything, but it's kind of fun. So yeah, silver certificate bills. That's kind of fun.
Nice.
Also,
I have a silver certificate bill.
Did you? Back in the day?
I have one. It's a $1 silver certificate.
Yeah, back when you could exchange your money for silver.
Yeah, it's like from the 40s or 50s or something.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly when the silver certificate went away. Peanut, he's probably not listening right now, but Karen will probably get this. So I got 2 foreign bills, one from Somalia
Oh, nice.
and one from Iraq. So if you guys
we got a little young Saddam there.
yeah, so you guys could probably figure out the symbolism there. If I got one from Somalia, one from Iraq, what does that tell you about the person that sent me something? Bet you can guess. Speaking of which, this one was kind of interesting. It is a U.S. emblem. Yes, exactly. That's why I said that, Peanut. It's a U.S. emblem. And this one is from, I'll read this really fast. This U.S. emblem is picked up on the Kentucky battlefield right after the Civil War by my grandfather, Cox. And I don't know if it was Christian's grandfather or if he bought it off a thing. But yeah, I can totally see this would be from the North. This would be a North, because that's what United States, because the other one would be Confederate States.
Very nice.
Yeah, so this would be from the 1860s. That's kind of fun. The coins get even weirder. Exactly 3 pesos from 1971. All are 1971. Again, trying to figure out the symbolism there. I think I can figure that one out. And yeah, pesos from 1971 are mostly copper. Yeah, 10% silver and a couple other things.
Nice.
A gold-plated 1964 Kennedy half dollar, which is interesting in itself. You guys want to top that? Send me a 1963 Kennedy half dollar, which you can't because he wasn't dead yet. So if you could pull that off, it'd be an alternate timeline, and that thing would be worth a lot. Walking gold-plated 1934 Walking Liberty half dollar, which predates the Kennedy half dollar by quite a bit.
Huh.
But my favorite, which is not really anything fancy, but I got to mention this because it ties into space, which is the Eisenhower dollar that he sent me. Now, what you probably don't know about the Eisenhower dollar is that years ago, in fact, I actually bought when I was in Boulder, Colorado, because I was a big fan of coins, still am a big fan of coins. I bought 1,000 of these things from Vegas because they used to use these in slot machines in Vegas, right? Here's what's so interesting about it. So it's 1971, right? The first year, you know what's on the back?
Hmm.
The only time they got involved, this is the Apollo 11 arm patch, shoulder patch. The eagle has landed. The eagle on the moon.
Oh, God.
I know. And here's where it gets even weirder. So they ran this from remember, the Apollo program was shut down in 1972. They ran this all the way to 1978. So NASA was involved in our dollar coin all the way up until 1978. You think, well, isn't that where it ends? Well, you got to remember also, first off, we didn't even have a dollar coin from 1935 all the way up until 1971. They introduced a dollar coin just for NASA, right? So in 1978, they retired the Eisenhower dollar because it was freaking huge and nobody liked carrying them in their pockets. These things are monstrous, right? And they replaced it with, and Karen will know this, and definitely Peanut will, the Susan B. Anthony dollar in 1979.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
First woman to be on a coin. And by the way, he also sent this, right? You know what's in the back of the Susan B. Anthony dollar? Same freaking Apollo 11 patch. They ran this one from 79, 80, and 81.
Show the camera?
What?
Let me see. Oh, back up a little bit.
Can you see it?
I was trying to see. It won't focus.
Ah. Here, let me see if I can correct it. So it's going to be like that. But yeah, it's the same, the exact same patch, right? And then they didn't go well. The Susan B. Anthony, it was too close to a quarter. It screwed people up, especially during the arcade days. So they eventually redid it again in 1999, all the way up. They did not take the NASA patch off until 2000, until they finally started doing the Sacagawea coins and the other coins. Can you believe that? NASA on our money for 20 something years. So anyway, thank you, Christian, for bringing back those memories. And again, there's your conditioning for you. I handed out these things when I was at restaurants as tips. And people, it's like, oh yeah, look, it's an eagle on the moon. Wow. Amazing. All right. Last but not least, we got to do the t-shirts. I'm going to do 10 this week and 10 next week because he sent me a whole box of t-shirts. I know, right?
Goodness.
So the first one I'm wearing right now, this is a Vegas one, which is a Scooby-Doo van in green. And it says, what happens in the van stays in the van.
That's creepy.
Yeah, I know. But I know it's a Vegas reference, right? But yeah, you could take it another way.
How is that a Vegas reference?
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What
Oh, okay.
happens in the van. There's all sorts of Vegas versions of that, which is, again, I'm sure this is a bootleg shirt. Also,
It's a little creepy though. Not gonna lie.
I
What
agree.
happens if the van stays in the van? That's some creepy shit.
This one, Homeland Security fighting terrorism since 1492. And of course, it's got Native Americans on the front.
Oh, you know what? I have a shirt just like that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see. We got a Smurf laying next to a mushroom. I'm sure that has nothing to do with anything.
That's very nice.
Yeah, thought that.
Bright
And
red.
I can't usually pull off red. And most of these, by the way, if and when we do the conference, I will be giving these away as part of whoever's conference I am going to. This one, I'm a fun guy.
Oh, that's a cool shirt.
Yep. With a mushroom.
I like that.
The mushroom is winking at you.
Yeah, buddy.
I know. I understand why mushrooms have fun. Don't know this one yet. I don't think I've ever been to this website. The Freeman Perspective, freemantv.com. Do you know what that is, Karen?
Oh yeah, I have a Freeman TV shirt.
Do
mine's,
you?
Mine's different. Yeah, Freeman Fly. He was at my events at the Shriner Club. Remember?
Oh.
Because he lives over here.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I've got a
right
Freeman.
there.
I've got a Freeman shirt now.
Yeah, Freeman's cool.
Right on. Let's see. Oh, this is one's for Karen. I'm bringing this now. I've got 3 t-shirts I got to bring you, Karen. This one is Not All Who Wander Are Lost. You know who that is.
Oh, that's my homie. That's Bigfoot.
Yep. Bigfoot, Not All Who Wander Are Lost. Let's see. We got a...
Bigfoot's my favorite.
Well, you're getting 3 of them. This one is Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, with the prism destroying the moon, which I think is kind of appropriate. Very nice. The spherical moon getting blasted.
As if you could. As if you could destroy the moon.
Let's see. Karen's going to have to interpret this one for me, which is, this is a 4-leaf clover, but it's made out of human skulls. And it's a tie-dye. Is this a Grateful Dead shirt?
I guess it could be.
I'm going to say it is.
I don't necessarily. Usually, there's something on there to say it's Grateful Dead. It could just be. Skulls are just popular. It could be, you know.
It could be. This one is Things on Earth. A dog is the only thing on Earth that loves you more than you love it yourself. That's a big dog print.
Oh, look at the pity.
Yep.
Pit. Oh, I love pits.
Yep. That one's going to my sister for her birthday. Her birthday is in 2 days. And last but not least, also, which one I'm giving to my sister. I don't really understand this one. It's I don't give a, and it is a rat holding a leash to an ass. I don't know what that means, Karen. I don't give a, well, whatever. I'm sure it means
rat's
something.
Ass.
Is that what it means? This shirt's sort of aggressive. Well, anyway, so thank you, Christian. I appreciate it. And I will, next week, I will rattle off the other 10 shirts that are sitting in my closet because I just don't have time to do them all here. All right. So yeah, thank you for Mailbag. What time is it? We're looking good. Let's do meetups. Meetups, I got 4 that are happening. First one actually is happening tomorrow in Southern New York, April 10th. That promo is on my channel. April 20th, Minnesota. That promo is on my channel. April 21st, and I will do Jesse's. Don't worry, Peanut. April 21st, Las Vegas meetup. That promo, you can go to Mark K. Sargent. Will be there. And the monthly meetup in West UK, United Kingdom, April 30th. This one will be with virtual Jeranism. And, sorry, let's do this one right here, which is Jesse's meetup will be Saturday, April 13th from 6 to 9 at Boston Tavern, 1210 Providence Highway, Norwood, Massachusetts. Please RSVP at 781-857-9175 or email him at 300kmileprius@gmail.com. He will have an icon P1000 with him. Did I miss anything, Karen?
I don't believe so.
Thank God. All right. Let's get to the headlines. We have a few headlines to do before the break. Let's get to them. First one, it's going to be from futurism.com. I kind of like this one, and again, shows you the lie, the perception, which is Amazon abandons grocery stores where you just walk out with stuff after it turns out its AI was powered by 1,000 human contractors from India. Of course it was. The AI is limited. In fact, the video I released today, which we'll hope maybe we'll talk about after the break, AI is limited. It cannot respond to you in a way you think it does in the future. It doesn't. Don't forget that the movie Her with Scarlett Johansson was voiced by Scarlett Johansson. Because Siri isn't that good. Siri is not going to talk to you about in-depth. Siri's not going to break down religion for you and your feelings. Alexa is not going to be a psychologist. It's not going to happen. And they can't even get the grocery stores to work. So yeah, Amazon abandoned that entire program. It was the, let's see, the Amazon Fresh stores. I've never even been to an Amazon Fresh stores. Use cameras and sensors to track what you had. And you didn't have to talk to anybody. But nope, there were people behind every terminal. It was an illusion. Next one down, CNN.com. Oh, this one will be short. Peanut knows this one. Major U.S. bridges could be vulnerable to ship collisions, including just one downstream from the Francis Scott Key Bridge, which would be which is the big one? Chesapeake Bay Bridge. Yes, near Annapolis. Yeah, it's a big one. That would be a great target. However, again, Peanut knows this. They already used their shot, right? So the ship crashed in the bridge went down. But you got to remember what that ship didn't have. That ship did not have tugboat escorts because of layoff.
They left before they went under the bridge.
There you go.
There were tugs, but they
for whatever reason, the tugs weren't there. So now every boat that goes out, and if that means the federal government is going to subsidize it, there will be tugs in every case now. There will always be an escort going forward. That is just the way. It doesn't matter how much money it costs, doesn't matter how much overtime you're going to pay these guys. There's going to be tugs on all these boats. You're not going to see another boat crash into a bridge. In fact, we just saw one, another East Coast boat that lost control, but there were already three tugs on it. They still were having problems with it, so they brought another 3 tugs in. It wasn't even close. They had that totally under control. So yeah. Yeah, of course the infrastructure is vulnerable, but you're not going to be able to do a boat a second time as long as there's tugs there. That's how it works. Next one down. Oh, let's do some space stuff, shall we? I can't get enough of space stuff, Karen. Here's one. NASA's Perseverance rover spots thousands of unusual white rocks on Mars. And the shot below, what does it say there? Is that a shot from Mars? No, it's a representative image.
Mm-hmm.
You going to show us all these white rocks? Yeah. Thousands of white rocks.
I know. They'll see some kind of white rocks. I don't think it's the white rocks they think it is.
Guys, they're making the images. Oh, they got some white rocks happening.
Yeah, smoking those white rocks.
Oh, got more white rocks. Let's whatever. So so freaking dumb. All right, next one down. Let's go to BBC. I think it's BBC. Okay, let's talk about this one for a minute. White House wants the moon to have its own time zone. Well, let me read a couple paragraphs of this. Because of the different gravitational field strength of the moon, lie, time moves quicker than relative to Earth, lie, 58.7 microseconds every day. BS. This might not seem like much. It isn't. But it can have a significant impact when trying to synchronize spacecraft. No. The U.S. government hopes the new time will help keep national and private efforts to reach the moon coordinated. My ass. Professor Catherine Hammonds, Scotland astronomer. I'm sorry, I was supposed to be
randomly thrown into my ass.
I know that's supposed to be my inner narrative. I know I'm not supposed to say stuff like that, but this is ridiculous. Scotland's astronomer royal told BBC Radio, this fundamental theory of gravity in our universe has an important consequence that time runs differently in different places in the universe. The gravity on the moon is slightly weaker, and the clocks run differently. Really?
How do
Really?
they know? They don't freaking hang out up there.
Exactly. How much, even if you could, how much time you losing? Did all of a sudden the astronauts like, holy crap, do you know what time it is?
The moon literally is part of the sky clock. How could you possibly be losing time when it does the same thing all the time anyway?
So
it doesn't make any sense.
Unbelievably dumb. So unbelievably dumb. Because all clocks work off of gravity. Yeah. Again, it's a great story. They can reinforce gravity, reinforce the moon. But that is one thing that bugged me about the eclipse is they brought in every scientist they could lay their hands on to talk about everything that was space related. How it happened. You know, I had to listen to Michio Kaku. Neil Tyson was recruited in different things. I mean, I literally watched this thing over and over and over, and eventually I had to turn the sound just freaking off. I couldn't take it anymore. Couldn't do it. Okay.
It was pretty cool.
I know. All right. There's two more. Second to the last one. This one. Japan to ink deal with NASA on cooperation for moon exploration plan. Japan science minister said Tuesday he will travel to the United States to sign a deal later this week with NASA, affirming Tokyo's cooperation on a U.S.-led lunar exploration program. What does it involve, you ask? I'll tell you. The Artemis program aims to send U.S. astronauts to the lunar surface in 2026 for the first time in over half a century. Not a freaking chance in hell. And the administrator of NASA are expected to agree on a deal that also includes 2 Japanese astronauts traveling to the moon. When? When would this be? So we're going to take Japan's money, and they're not going to be part of the 20. Nothing's going to happen in 2026. They already kicked this can down the road. Remember, it's 2024 now. What'd you see?
It says Japan plans to provide a lunar rover for traveling the moon's surface that astronauts can drive in without wearing a spacesuit and in which they can sleep. So it'll be like a separate little space pod.
You know what? I'm going to back up to my earlier response. My ass. There's no really? You're gonna even attempt a space car that you don't need to wear a suit in? Really? Is that what you're gonna that
How
you
do they
can
get in it?
that you can sleep in? Wait a minute, how are you deploying this?
I don't know. It would have to be part of the whole thing, wouldn't it? Just like separate.
Lone Star. Yeah.
Lone Star.
Oh, it is so. Oh my God, it's so terrible. All right, we got at least one left before. You know what? Let's before we go to break, let's end on a happy note, shall we? Because the space stuff is just pissing me off. It's just again the NASA. I will say this: the eclipse. In fact, I remember some guy posted it one of the comments in one of my videos. It's like, didn't the eclipse this year prove that the Earth isn't flat? And I wanted to write back, I did, but as you guys know, I don't generally respond to trolls. Be like, you mean like this one's different than every other eclipse that's ever happened beforehand? The 2017, my response should have been, so what happened during 2017? We just got bigger since this 2017 eclipse. 2024 eclipse, I guarantee flat Earth will be there in the morning. And we were. All right. Tennis.com. I like this one. As you know, one of the more famous guys in the flat Earth, even though the media will not recognize it, they will not acknowledge it. Novak Djokovic from Serbia. He got he set an informal record, which is at 36 years old, he is the oldest person to be number 1 ranked in the world. The oldest guy up until now was Roger Federer, who was also 36 and so many days. And he was, that was in 2018. And then his career flagged after that. And so Novak is now the guy. And he's number 1 on the list. And we'll see. And he also, by the way, he holds a record that's never, ever going to be broken, which is the number of weeks at number 1. Something along the lines of, what is it? So I gotta look it up. Peanut, how many weeks has Novak been at number 1? I think it's definitely in the triple digits, but I don't know exactly. It's a ridiculous number. Find that out for me before we get a break, and then we'll go to break. Look it up. What is it? How many weeks? Peanut's typing. He's thinking.
How many weeks for what?
How many weeks was Novak number 1 in the world?
Oh.
Not in a row, just total. Okay. We'll figure this out after the break. I'll definitely tell you guys when we come back. All right, we're gonna go break. When we come back, we're gonna do lucky and lucky. Way more lucky people than unlucky, depending on how you look at it. 200, yeah, 200 weeks. That's crazy. And then we have 4 clown worlds. So Karen, let's roll the music and see what happens.
There are some exciting new features on the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. Our new Profiles module allows you to create a personalized wall with as much or as little information as you like. Connect with other blue dots anywhere across our amazing Flat Earth plane. Share your favorite images, videos, and stories on your wall. Search for other blue dots by using keywords or by name. You never know who you might meet. Add friends to your Flat Earth circle. Keep track of your friend requests and invites from others in the Request tab. See what your friends are up to and interact with them. In the Edit section of your profile, scroll down to the Search Terms for your profile section and add in all of your hobbies and talents, so other blue dots can connect with you. From any group chat, long press on the comment to directly link to that user's profile. From a one-to-one chat, click the info button on the upper right to see your options. Invite them to be in your circle of friends. With the simple swipe to the left, you can now mute notifications for selected groups of your choosing. Our images section has gotten a big upgrade. You can now use keyword searching to bring up all of the images that you're looking for. No more scrolling and hunting. We plan on adding thousands of more images as we get them from blue dots across the plane. If you are seeing this video, it's time to update your app and find your tribe.
Watch David's video.
Huh?
Go to Strange World.
What are you talking about?
Go to the Strange World.
Karen B. Every moon day at 9:30 a.m. for Coffee Talk on YouTube, Rumble, and Rockfin. You never know what you'll learn about in the coffee shop. Open topic and open phones, y'all.
Oh,
Join.
every moon day. Sorry, I was distracted by David's video. I gotta save that. That's pretty much how I expected it. Welcome back to Strange World. I almost broke my coffee cup with my sticks. Oh, shit. You know what? That was Joe Jackson stepping out from his album.
Night and day.
Yep. Good Lord. I almost did it. Those sticks are dangerous, but I love them. They're glowing at my feet right now. The only suck thing about it is you have to charge them after you use them because there's some sort of power drain in the background. Okay. So lucky unlucky. We got a number of them. Most of them, just so you guys know, the good news is most of them are lucky, which means they didn't die. So let's get to it. First one. Oh yeah, okay. So this is the setup, right? So Representative Lauren, how do you pronounce that? Boebert. Shot in the arm mandates versus personal freedom. Here's how you decide what's right for you, right? So she was totally shot in the arm person, right? So let's go to the next one down. What do you think happened, Karen?
Hospitalized with acute blood clot, diagnosed with May-Thurner syndrome.
Yeah, I know. That's a new one. What the hell is May-Thurner syndrome? Peanut, look that up. What's May-Thurner syndrome? That's a thing? Oh, there it is. The syndrome, according to the clinic, is a rare condition that disrupts blood flow. Oh, so it wasn't that. It wasn't what we thought it was, Karen. It was a rare condition that disrupts blood flow. Oh, I'm relieved.
No, but it can lead to blood clots, and that's what she was hospitalized with.
Well, that's what I mean.
Blood clot.
Right? You know, it wasn't anything else. It had to have been May-Thurner syndrome. What? Rare vascular condition. Yeah, affects the vein in your pelvis. It occurs when a nearby artery compresses the left iliac vein. This vein brings blood from your pelvis and legs back up to your heart. The compression prevents blood from flowing properly, leading to narrowing and scarring. Well, there you go. They call it May-Thurner syndrome. I call it karma. All right, let's go to the next one, which is Cleveland.com. Now, Peanut disagrees because he apparently he had these guys on his wall, which was lead singer from popular metal rock band dies suddenly at age 64. Again, suddenly, unexpectedly, mystery, illness, short bout of illness, whatever. It's all the same thing. Lead singer of Firehouse. Karen, did you ever listen to Firehouse? I know you probably went to the concerts, right?
No.
Okay. Metal rock band that rose to popularity in the 80s and 90s. He was 64.
Yeah.
Such songs as Don't Treat Me Bad and Love of a Lifetime. Sounds like a ballad. Today is a sad day for rock and roll.
Yeah, that's sad. I never really listened to them. I don't know their songs, but I remember seeing that name of that band around. I do recognize it though.
He had recent surgery. Trying to see if there's anything else there that talks about it.
I can't
No,
read it.
Peanut, I am not going to look. I am not going to read the Firehouse songs list. I am not. Look, I'm a music snob when it comes to that stuff. If they weren't even considered for the US Festival Heavy Metal Day, I don't want to hear it. Stefan would agree with me. You know he would. I wouldn't call them metal. Yeah, that's a good point. I wouldn't call them metal either.
I wouldn't call them metal either. It seems like they're just like a rock band. Probably just like rock.
Yeah. And well, I don't want to get you. Well, Poison. Yeah, like Poison. Yeah. Okay. Well, Poison. Okay. Well, let's get into that just for a second.
Poison used to wear makeup and leotards and stuff. I don't know. If
the official term was glam rock, and it just got worse and worse all the way up until 1989. And then when grunge came out, glam rock just instantly died. It was over. You know, I've heard horror stories, that they stopped touring when grunge came out, especially the Seattle scene, especially Nirvana, where once they saw what MTV was really ramping up for, the glam rock bands are like, well, we had a good run, 10 years, and it is over. All right, next one down. Where did we leave off? Stephen Colbert from The Independent. So Stephen Colbert left speechless and emotional after death of Late Show assistant. So his longtime executive assistant, Amy Cole, died at the age of 53.
Hmm.
And do we have anything exactly why? Yes, of course. Shows emotion on stage. Very sad. Oh yeah, turbo cancer. Yep. And sad. Yeah. All right. Well, all right. Next one down. TMZ.com, some of the greatest journalism in the world. This one's brutal. Katie Coughlin, Kentucky Wildcats dancer, dead at 20.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's turbo cancer. She was diagnosed June of last year. Lumps, swollen lymph nodes. She got osteosarcoma, which is bone cancer. I've known people with bone cancer. That is not a fun thing. In fact, my old boss, he had bone cancer. That is something, what was that line from a movie? You know those cancers you get better from? This ain't one of them. So, sorry about that, Kate. Next one down. BusinessInsider.com, Shannon Doherty. Okay, this one's for you, Karen. Shannon Doherty, who has stage 4 cancer, right? Says she's selling her belongings to fund more quality time with her mom, right? So you see that shot of her right there. You know how old she is? She's 52.
Wow.
Yeah, that's some city miles right there. I don't know what that is. That is one of the most unflattering shots I've seen of Shannon Doherty ever. I don't know if it was post work done or whatever, but she is 52 going on 67. Seriously, you guys look that up if you get a chance. It is, I mean, I had to look it up myself. It was like, wait a minute, because I read it's like, oh, she's, how old is she exactly? Because I remember her back in the day. She was about my age. In fact, she's younger than me. So yeah. Peanut says she's never looked good without makeup. That's kind of mean, Peanut.
I don't know about that. When she was younger, she was very pretty.
I didn't know she was on Little House on the Prairie. Shannon Doherty? Is she a guest on Little House? What, in the later seasons? No, early seasons. She must have been young. Super young. Find me some of that. Peanut, I want to see that. I did not know that. I'm a huge media trivia guy. I want to know. I try to absorb as much media as possible. Next one, TMZ.com. Let's go for this, right? Also lucky, right? She's got a mystery illness. Anna Paquin looks stunning at New York City movie premiere with walking cane. She looks like a skeleton. She's got a because I'm going, what the hell? At first shot I looked, it's like, what the hell's wrong with you? Mystery illness, mystery health crisis. So she was using a walking cane. If you're on the red carpet and you have to use a walking cane at her age, remember, she won an Oscar back in the day.
Oh, she's younger than me.
Yeah. How old is Anna Paquin? Peanut?
She's the chick who was in True Blood, and she married the actor who played
the British actor who played her real lover in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, True Blood. That was a time, wasn't it? Boy, that show hit all the buttons. 40, yeah, she's 41 with a mystery illness. But again, lucky. She's still hanging in there with her cane. She played Rogue in the X-Men. Yeah. Oh no, Anna Paquin's been all over the place. She's in fact, I've watched her on Comic-Con panels back in the day. She was a thing, man. Next one down. Let's stay on TMZ. You know what? We haven't done a TMZ assortment like this in a while. Country singer Colt Ford, one of Peanut's favorites, suffers heart attack after show, stable in the ICU. He did his show, and then right afterwards, he was taken to Banner Desert Medical Center in Mesa, Arizona. Following his performance at Dirk Bentley's Whiskey Row in Gilbert Thursday night. Yep, well. Yep, country music singer. So it's hitting everybody. Next one down. Again, he's live. So great. I'm trying to include more lucky people. This one's from the Florida Phoenix, U.S. Representative. How do you pronounce that, Karen? I'm not Spanish. Grijalva?
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 Grijalva? I don't know.
Top Democrat on House Natural Resources, diagnosed with cancer. He may or may not continue as politician. It's got to be tough for some of these guys. Let's see. What was it for? Initially, yeah. Sought medical treatment a few weeks ago for a persistent cough that was initially diagnosed as pneumonia. Further imaging reveals he has cancer. What kind of pneumonia? I should look that up. See what pneumonia is and what cancer that is when initially it's misdiagnosed as pneumonia. I should find that.
I mean,
could be a number of things.
That's not lung cancer.
Could be lung cancer. Yeah. All right, next one down. CNN.com. No, sorry, this is The Citizen. U.S. singer Monique Bingham forced to cancel South African Easter tour due to health reasons. So sorry to announce that due to a medical emergency. Don't know why you guys keep using the same terms. It's almost like you keep getting the same thing. I don't know what it could be. So yeah.
It's baffling.
Thank you, Karen. It is baffling. Again, a word I don't think I used half a dozen times in my entire life. I see all the time now. I see all these same terms. Okay, next one down. Oh, you know what? AOL.com. Did I remember me telling you that I used to be an AOL forum consultant back in the day in my early tech days? Yeah, I worked for AOL. Yeah. That's a long time ago. Okay, Zach Brown bans John Driscoll Hopkins visited 3 neurologists before receiving ALS diagnosis. So he asked for an opinion and another opinion, and finally, nope, you got ALS. And I'm not gonna. You guys have to look up ALS. But told the guys back in 2019 there was something wrong with me. Like before COVID, he said. Huh, weird. Then it got worse after COVID. Well, anyway.
First began noticing symptoms in 2019.
Yeah. Well, again, the early stuff. So yeah, if you have something early, kind of like, remember we were talking about, Karen, where if you had something that was even in remission, nobody's in remission anymore. That's always a, oh yeah, by the way, follow up with this one right afterwards. This is from awfulannouncing.com. Portland Trailblazers radio host Mike Lynch announces ALS diagnosis. Weird. Sorry, this means the end of my radio career. I'm thankful for all those who listened to me over the last 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Kind of weird that we would have 2 ALS things in a row. And you look down there, you look at him. I don't think he's very old.
No, he looks young.
Yeah, he looks young.
34.
Ooh.
34.
That's rough. Yeah.
Oof.
You want to tell me the ALS and the first guy? Okay. ALS and the radio, the 34-year-old disc jockey? I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, next one down. Let's go over to wrestling. We don't do enough wrestling sites. Ex-WWE star almost dies after what, Karen?
Medical emergency.
What? That's fake news, Karen. I don't believe it. Former WWE star, best known for his stint in the Attitude Era, that was a thing, has revealed that they recently almost died and needed emergency surgery. Yeah. Hi, my name is Dennis Knight, and this week I almost died. Spent 8 days in the hospital, 48 hours in ICU. Started with stomach pain that was supposed to be bowel obstruction, then went into surgery, found a shredded appendix, a hernia, and a golf ball-sized blade stone that tore my entire stomach up, which is weird because I had a gallbladder removed years ago. My blood sugar should be 90 to 120. Mine was 700. Yikes! That's not good. Moving on. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see what the follow-up is on that guy. Let's see. Newsbreak.com. All right, I have to decipher this one. Miley Cyrus's mom, Tish, asked for prayers amid tragic family loss. Miley's mom and her husband, Dominic, are going through a difficult time. The mom of 5 took to pain with her father. As her father-in-law seems to be terminally ill. It seems like a couple degrees of separation there. Joe got sick 4 weeks ago. Now in the process, yeah, he's on his way out. Do we know how old Joe is? Yeah. Okay, next one down. Seems like a bit of a stretch as far as stories go. Which one was that? That was that big one. What's the next one? We got a couple more. Technically, the guy's still lucky. Tennessee state senator hospitalized after medical emergency during floor session. Ooh, that's a bad time to go down. Tennessee State Senator Steve Sutherland experienced a medical emergency during a floor session Monday, was taken to the hospital. Let's see here. Alert when he was taken out. His condition was not immediately clear. That is it. That's all we got. But again, lucky. See? It's good news. He's okay for now.
For now.
Yeah. How many? We got a few more. NBC Chicago. Cook County Clerk Karen Yarborough hospitalized with serious medical condition. Do we know what it is? She's getting treatment for it. Further details on what the medical condition was not immediately available. I bet it's blood related, Karen. Oh, me crazy. I'm going to go on a limb and say it's blood related.
Possibly.
We may find out. CBS News, next one down. Again, she's lucky. Mostly lucky. In fact, I think we're ending with all these are luckies. Orange County Supervisor Foley spreading skin cancer awareness as she undergoes treatment. Katrina Foley announced she will refrain from public events as she undergoes treatment for skin cancer on her face. She's got basal cell carcinoma on her lip and nose. This is her second time around. First time she went around was in 2022. Yep. And she's saying, hey, everybody, you won't regret wearing sunglasses, sunscreen, and a hat. That's good safety advice right there. Yeah.
I wear a hat. I skipped the sunscreen. You just need a hat.
I hear you. Okay, last one, and then we're going to Clown World. Peanut says, I sometimes wear a hat. Yes, you do. Last one of Lucky Unlucky. Oh, this one I picked just for Karen. Whenever I see these, this is all Karen right here, this is from STAT, reporting from the frontiers of health and medicine. So it's absolutely true. How climate change is driving a global epidemic of immune health problems and how to stop it. So Karen, all those things we read, every once in a while, you could probably blame it on an autoimmune issue. But what they're saying here is that immune system problems, health problems that we know right now, they're being caused by climate change, and we can fix it. All we have to do is give up all petroleum products and go green, and everyone will get better. I believe it. Do you believe it?
Yeah, as long as that includes all of their petroleum-based pharmaceuticals too.
You sly devil, you. I bet you hadn't thought of that. You're right. Petroleum products are used in the making of many, many things, including pharmaceuticals. Yes, good point. But yeah. So again, it's not anything else. It's everything else. The world is lava. The air is lava. Everything is lava. And this climate change. They're blaming we do these, every 3 weeks or so? One of these shows up. It's like something weird and incredibly common is probably causing what's making you sick right now, which is going to make you feel better. Or if you're feeling terrible, it's like, you know what? I'm going to donate. I know I've had, long COVID for a long time. Because of this article, I'm going to donate to green initiatives. I'm going to go out and buy a Tesla. Yeah. Whatever. All right. Clown Worlds. We got 4 of them. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mercifully. Let's go to Clown Worlds. Okay. This one was sent to me, and it is kind of funny. And it was really the only interesting the thing that happened before or even after the eclipse. And by the way, next week's show will be called Kicking the Can. Why? Because you wait. It's already started, which is, nothing happened during the eclipse, but that's because it's a delayed effect. I've already read this ahead of time with people. It's like, oh, no, the earthquakes and the cyclones and the reverse werewolves, which turns you into, I think, a half chupacabra or a quarter Wendigo. I can't even remember. It's really involved. But all those things are delayed. It's not gonna happen yesterday. It's gonna happen in the weeks to come. So yeah, kicking the can down the road. We'll have some stories on that. So the Death of America, it's not yet. And by the way, Peanut, when does the Death of America movie come out? That's soon, like a couple days. Yeah, this weekend? Yeah, the 11th? Yeah. Okay, so so this man, okay, so the headline is literally, oh, the 12th. Yeah, that's what I thought. 12th, Friday. Yeah, the movie's called Civil War. That's going to be the most interesting thing of the week for me. This guy, he goes, mostly felt like a speed bump. U.S. man on getting vasectomy in the middle of an earthquake. Justin Allen says he thought the doctor was messing with him and that they'd never forget where they were during the quake. So this guy was under the knife getting a vasectomy, and the doctor noticed some shaking, and he's like, dude, I think we're having an earthquake, which is a pretty funny joke to happen while you're doing a vasectomy if the guy's awake, which he was. So yeah, a cliche joke, which I'm sure has been used all sorts of time, like the surgeon pretending to sneeze and stuff. I know it's not funny. From a guy's standpoint, it's absolutely not funny. I don't like jokes like that. But anyway, thank you for the person that sent that to me. All right, next one down is, okay. I gotta frame this for you because Karen's not gonna be able to play the video. You might be able to find the video on YouTube if you wanted to, but it's not gonna show much. So dailymail.com, horrifying moment, American tourist dies when a 5-ton bull elephant chases down a safari truck. Oh, that's what we'll just call a safari truck for half a mile, then charges straight at it when the driver suddenly stops. And that's exactly the perfect title because I watched the video several times and that's what happened. So big elephant, elephants like to chase the safari trucks, the open aired. There's no windows on these damn things. There's just some roll bars. It's chasing them at a pretty good clip. And the driver knows. It's like, oh yeah, I can outrun a bull elephant. And he can. He was off to the side. He was driving a certain way and it would be off to his left. And it was at least a couple hundred yards away, right? It was closing, and the driver, I don't know at one point if he's like, you know what, I should really give the tourists their dollar value. But the driver just hits the brakes and stops. And the elephant's like, oh, this is my moment right here. And he closes on this freaking truck and he tips it on its side. And then he goes for broke and tips it completely over. And one of the women wasn't wearing her seatbelt and got crushed by the truck. And she was like, I think she was pushing like 80. So it was a bad scene all the way around. And it was like, what are you serious? Why in the world? It reminded me of the Peanut's gonna get this, the Jurassic Park thing. Well, like the truck's driving and Jeff Goldblum's going, must go faster.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what everything was fine. It was like, oh yeah, you got this. The T-Rex is not gonna catch you. And then the driver, for whatever reason, it's like, oh yeah, I think I got this. Maybe he thought maybe he looked over his shoulder. He thought the elephant was going to give up. But he didn't. Nope, he didn't.
No, it did not. And it has in this last picture, it's got a broken tusk. Like, I wonder if that's from this attack or if this thing is just like.
Oh no, yeah, good point. Or this guy was used to it. Yeah, yeah. There's the truck. There's the truck down below, tipped over. Yeah, yeah. And they did not. Yeah, they didn't shoot the elephant. It wasn't the elephant's fault. Right next to the Congo. Okay, we got 2 more. Let's go to break. TMZ.com. Why not? Right? Oh, yeah, this one I like. Bronny James enters NBA draft, could stay in school. He will not. Okay, if you guys don't remember, LeBron James had a son. And he named him Bronny because that's what guys do sometimes. It's like, yeah, let's do that. And he plays for USC. He's declared for the 2024 NBA draft. I'm sure there'll deals be cut there. The USC freshman, mind you, has officially thrown his name. So after his first year, okay, why this is significant? You guys, it's like, why is his name down familiar? Because he went down with a heart attack at the age of 19, and we covered it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they cleared him to go back in and play the rest of the season. And he's going to be the first basketball player in history, sort of like DeMar Hamlin in football, that's going to be doing this. So like, look, when you have a heart attack, especially at that age, you're done. You're finished. But no. He's LeBron James' son. He's Creed's blood. So he's going to, that whole line, that whole trope from that movie series, like he's Creed's blood. Which it's like, oh, no, he's going to play. And what they want to do, and you're saying, why are they pushing this so hard? What they want to do, it's because it's such a rare occurrence in sport. It's a huge marketing and memorabilia bonanza. You're older to remember. In fact, the only time I remember was in baseball, which was Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Sr. The son was actually way better than the father, but they both played in the league at the same time and at one point played on the same freaking team. I almost guarantee he's going to be going to the Lakers with LeBron. He's going to be playing on the same team, and it's so rare. People are like, oh, it's such a wonderful moment. That's why. It's like he should not be playing. He had a heart attack and collapsed on the court at age 19. He should be done, but because he's LeBron's son, he's gonna stay in it. Just want to let you guys. I'm gonna be following up on this. I can't imagine he's gonna get a lot of playing time. Not that it matters, because again, you can sell a lot of jerseys that way. Okay, last but not least. I know. We got one more, then we're going to break, I swear. Last one. This one's for Karen. Again, hand sanitizer and aloe gel recalled over warnings it could cause comas and or blindness. Products were sold between May of 21 and October of 23. Wow, 2.5 years? You guys sold this stuff? Quite a recall. Several lots. Which one was it? Effects of Aruba Aloe Hand Sanitizer Gel and Aruba Aloe Alcohada Gel, which contains alcohol denatured from methanol. They don't say exactly what causes it other than its substantial methanol exposure. It can cause nausea, vomiting, headache, blurred vision, coma, seizures, permanent blindness, little things. Didn't moonshine used to cause all those things? As well as permanent damage to the central nervous system or death. So yeah, there you go. There's the pictures of the bottles down below. So you guys might want to check that out if you get a chance. I'm sure that, the odds are pretty slim, but whatever. Okay. There you go. Everything is lava. Including hand again, the irony there, hand sanitizer, which is supposed to keep you more safe. The side effects are way, way worse. All right, we're going to break. And when we come back, we are going to take your phone calls, 848-222-2480. Karen, the break music, if you please.
All right. Hey, are you a foodie? Are you looking for the best salsas and hot sauce to serve at your next Mexican cultural appropriation party? A salsa that will knock your guests flat on their rear ends? Or maybe you're just looking for that authentic roasted chili flavor. Imperio Salsa is small batch and handcrafted with choice non-GMO ingredients. It is legit my favorite salsa ever. Support your local flat earther and go to imperiosalsa.com and order some of the best salsa on the plane. Shipping is included on all USA orders, and oh, look at this. The more you order, the more you save. They have some of the best seasonings that go great on your homemade guacamoles and quesadillas, or whatever you like. They are the bomb. Season your meat with it. Season everything with it. Go get it. Keep it flat. Eat my salsa.
both bohemian. I drink the juice, the chocolate milk, the holy cow. I wear the sneaks, tip up the beak on the 33.
Welcome back to Strange World. Part 3 of 4. It's episode 454, otherwise known as Big Nothing Burger. Nothing happened. Not to be confused with Big Kahuna Burger from the movie Pulp Fiction, which I didn't think about until later. Probably could have come up with a bit for that. Also, really want to mention, I released a new video today, and people are going, probably thinking, wow, why did you make that? As you guys know, I'm a big fan of AI in that I like to show people the limitations of it and what it can do, which is you want to use AI to diagnose medical conditions? No. You want to write a term paper for your university? Yeah, you can do it if you're clever enough. But I ran into someone or a channel recently, which really caught my eye, which was they came up with again, you ask the creative AI to, it's like, hey, can you come up with a computer animation for a movie franchise that already exists now, but pretend that the movie franchise already existed in 1950 and make a movie promo for it? And can you write the narration for it and do the narration, yourself, AI? Yeah, I can. And it was amazing to me. In fact, it was good enough. And they picked a bunch of different, Tron and Lord of the Rings and Trek and Star Wars and stuff like that, that hadn't I known what these franchises were, it almost was it was tough to break out of the illusion. I'm watching this stuff going, oh my God, I almost believe that it did happen in the 50s, that these movies actually did happen. And I remember the movies in the 70s. So yeah, we're way closer when it comes to entertainment software. So when it comes to writers and actors, oh, that was another thing I want to mention really quick is you don't have to even, now what AI can do is you don't even have to do auditions anymore for certain actors for parts. You can have the AI draw up at least the visuals of it for you, and you can do pan-arounds. It's like, oh yeah, what does this character look, what does this actor look like as this character role? You can do glances. You don't even have to call them. Don't even have to contact any agent. So anyway, it's pretty cool. It's out there if you get a chance. The channel is called Abandoned Films. They've only got like 30,000 subs and some amazing work. Amazing work. So check out the video and check out the channel if you get a chance. Okay. Phone number to call in is 848-222-2480. That's 848-222-2480. Well, you know what? We're gonna go in the order. French Canadian called first. French Canadian's gonna be answered first. So let's see what he's got. Hey, Canada, what's happening up there?
Yeah, no sound here. Can
No
you hear me?
No sound?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but if you can't hear me, that's going to be a problem.
Hello?
Okay, good.
Oh, I think he hears us.
So, just want to say that I didn't see the eclipse yesterday.
Oh no, why?
Because I'm blind. Got you.
Dude.
I got you.
Okay, you're messing with me though. You're not really blind, right?
Huh?
You're not really blind though.
No, I'm really blind. I'm really blind for sure. I went to get my cane in 2015, so I've been blind for a long time.
I'm sorry. Was it a if you don't mind me asking, was it like a slow degenerative disease or was it
glaucoma?
Glaucoma.
Oh, sorry to hear that, man. So, but
anyway, I'm having fun listening to you. Thank you so much for what you're doing. Hey, will you talk about the eclipse a little more next week, or?
You know what? I'll talk about it a little bit now. Karen went to it. You know what? While we got you on the phone, Karen went to it. Peanut went to it, but Peanut's not going to talk about it. Karen, did you love it? Was it wonderful?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And you were in Indiana, right?
Yes, I went to Indiana, and it was a pretty nice weather. Actually, it was like 70 degrees, and it was kind of lightly breezy. And yeah, the eclipse happened around 3 o'clock, and it was really cool. I saw the eclipse in 2017 too, but I feel like this one was a little bit cooler. I don't know why.
Well, there was a lot more hype, that's for sure.
There was a lot more hype, and I don't even care about the hype. I don't even, that's not even why I liked it more. It just seemed like, I think because it was closer, like in the sky, it had a bigger appearance because it was the moon was at like was closer. Like, there it does have a kind of an elliptical orbit, and even and it could be considered like a an oval shaped orbit where the moon slightly changes its altitude by 5 degrees, if you pay attention to all the stuff and what the sun and the moon actually do. But anyway, it's really interesting. I know a lot of people say that the moon isn't the thing that causes the eclipse, but I remain neutral on that issue because I don't know. I don't know what the moon is, and I don't know how the moon works. Like everybody who says that the moon isn't in the eclipse, like, okay, well, what is the moon then if you're so sure? How
Right.
does the moon work? What happens when the moon goes into the new moon phase and we don't ever see it in the sky, you
Sure.
know?
Yeah.
So who knows? I don't know, but it is really cool to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, and I watched it probably about 10 times. I had it on, I had like 6 different ch television channels, all the news stations, MSNBC, CNN, Fox, BBC, Weather Channel, and something else. And they were covering it all the way, they had sent teams all the way down to Mexico, and we're following the diagonal path. So the first they showed it twice in Mexico, and then this thing was moving really, really fast. And then it's all of a sudden, okay, now Texas, now Arkansas, and then Indianapolis was really the peak. They did a thing at the Speedway, the Indy 500 Speedway, where they packed 50,000 people in the stands, and everybody screamed and yelled and
11-11.
11-11. So it was cool. I was only disappointed because there was was it a magical thing for 3 or 4 minutes? Sure, but remember I saw it in 2017 as well. I was there in the first parts of the United States up in Oregon when it went the diagonal the other way, and I don't know. I was just hoping for more. Sorry, there was a lot of hype leading up to this. A lot of hype. And which is why next week people will be saying, "Oh, the hype's still there." It's like, yeah, I went through this with the Nibiru back in the day. So not falling for it this time.
I
Anyway,
took
there you
some
go.
cool
And,
video.
and Peanut says there were lots of traffic and people, but the path was going through, there was tons of places. You didn't have to go to a major event center, you just pull off the side of the road. In fact, for a number of cities, you didn't even have to leave your backyard. They can just walk.
The places were charging a lot of money for for rooms for being in the path of totality.
Yes, they were.
A lot. Like when we went to Ted's sister's house, they said that there were hotels there that were like normally 150 a night, and they were charging like $3,000
Yeah.
a night. It's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It was Taylor Swift pricing. Definitely.
It was insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. Anyway, yeah, I got some cool video. I took some video with the P900, and I used the P1000 and recorded some video. And I also had my drone in the air. So it was cool. Like I rewatched some of the drone video, and there was like you could see people lighting off fireworks when it was totality. And then a plane flew across. There was a plane flying, a little airplane flying around, little local plane, because we were just in like small town Indiana.
Yeah.
We were by where John Cougar Mellencamp's from.
He's not. He's just
John
John Cougar.
Mellencamp, whatever. That's it.
But what is he now, Peanut? He's just John Cougar, right?
He's just John Mellencamp. I think he took the Cougar part out.
All right. Anyway, does that help you, Canada? All that?
Amazing summary. Thank you.
All right. Hey, you have a good rest of your evening, okay?
Take care.
Same to you.
All right. Bye-bye. I'm going to have to remember that blind part. Let's go to 505 in New Mexico, which they survived. They did not turn into a smoldering crater of reverse vampires. What's happening out there?
Mark, Karen, I'm in totality bliss, post-totality bliss.
All right, where'd you go?
It was amazing, and I went to Lampasas, Texas, and it was right on the center line, and everything just worked out so fantastic. It was amazing. It's so hard, as you know, because you've both seen it. It's so hard to put any of this experience into words, or so it's something I'll never ever get over or forget. And I'm
That's
so
cool.
glad that you got to see it, Karen, the
Yeah.
second time. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It was awesome. How long did you get totality for there?
It was I think that was, I'd have to double check, but it's somewhere in the 420 or 418. I might be off a few seconds. And
that's long.
Yeah, and it yeah, it was amazing. What was totality where you were at in Indiana?
I was kind of on the little bit on the outside of totality there, so I got a little over 3 minutes. But I was like amazed with that because the one in the first one, I was right in the center of the path of totality, so I was like the longest you could get, and it was 2 minutes and 37 seconds. So this one was like half a minute longer. I think that's why another reason why I think it was a lot cooler, because it went so much longer, because it stays dark for a while. You're like, dude, this is trippy. And then you're like, looky, that's when you can look right at it when you take your glasses off and it is totality. And you're like you're like literally looking at the black hole sun. It's the coolest shit ever, man. I just think it's cool. It's rare, you know?
It is.
It's a trip.
Yeah. It is. Nobody can put it. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. And oh wow, it's almost like time stops and you're locked into it. And yeah, I can't put it into words.
Yeah, it's kind of surreal when it happens, because it's like a sunset, 360 degrees all around, like you know. But then the sun's there, but there's a black thing in front of it. Like what is it? What is it? That's what I like. I thought, okay, everybody's going to be watching this. I mean, I still haven't seen the video that Crow has put out yet, right? And he's got the hydrogen alpha. Okay, so I don't know what he's seen. He's got the best opportunity to see something cool, right? So I don't know.
Absolutely.
So, but I had the P900 was infrared. The infrared, and I had these polarized filters. And I was using them in front of it. Like, my video is not that great because I was like having my daughter record, you know, with the P900. She actually did a really good job. And then I had the P1000 and I was trying to put filters over it and stuff, and trying to put filters in front of the other one, and like just trying to see if I could make anything happen. And so it was kind of crazy when when I was recording during totality. Because I was just trying, I was trying to remember to do all the things, but it was fun.
Absolutely, it's that all those things that you wanted to do, and then after it's done, you forgot to do this or look for those snakes on the ground that I've heard about.
Yeah, I forgot to look for those too. I even asked Ted's sister to bring out the white thing so we could try to look for them, but I was too busy with the camera and this and that. There's too much going on. You need like a team. You need what you really need to do when you really want to get the most data from an eclipse is you need to have one person doing this and one person doing that, and you have to have like a group of people who are all about trying to like just focus on that piece of data for the eclipse. You know, that's the best way to do it, I think, because it's too much when you're doing it yourself. Yeah, there's too much. For me, it was. I had all this stuff. And then it happened so fast, even 3 minutes, you know. I was just trying to see whatever I could see. And, you know, of course, you don't see the moon. Nobody ever sees the moon, you know, and I know you don't see the moon. But I don't know. What else is it? It's just so weird. Maybe it's like a key to like how it's something about it is a clue to how this place works, right? I don't know. I mean, how come when it's a new moon, we don't see like a big blank spot in the star field where the moon, you know, where the moon should be? You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like if it's still there at nighttime, you don't go, oh, there's that blank spot in the, you know, where the moon is, because the moon's supposed to be closer than all the stars. It's just, you just don't see it. It's just not there. Like mathematically, it's supposed to be there, but you don't see it. It's just, it's so weird. It's weird as it is so weird. You know, what is it? I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know, but it's just fascinating to me to watch because of who knows? It's the mystery of the realm, you know? But it's just one of the coolest things you can ever witness
Absolutely.
if you ever get the chance to.
Oh yeah, no, I think that is absolutely going to be the highlight vision of my life right there, and bringing that up too on whatever it is. I don't know if you and everybody agreed too, because we were all talking about it while it was going in before totality, but the black thing that goes in doesn't look like the same size. It looks a bit smaller, and that's what kind of messed with everybody when I was talking to him about it. And then coming out, it looks smaller. Like, in other words, the circle that's going in, it just doesn't match up, but it just somehow like
No, it was
catches
bigger.
up in totality.
This time it was
Yeah.
bigger. The last
Yeah.
eclipse, it was smaller. That's what makes the annular eclipse, and then that's what makes the ring of fire. But this eclipse, it's actually bigger. I think, and that is what makes the eclipse longer too. There must be more, I don't know if it's more of a distance between the two. Who knows?
Uh-huh.
Don't
It is.
know.
It just matches up, and yeah. And then the red ruby. What'd you make of that on the 5 o'clock of the sun? That red, glowing red ruby diamond sparkling at totality. I thought it was at the 5 o'clock mark, and of course, whatever was over, they say it was Venus, but whatever was over to the right of the moon, I wasn't expecting to see that there. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw some prominences. I don't know. It was just it was just really cool. And it looked so close. That, I mean, to me, when I was looking at it, I was like, it's right there. I felt like I could reach out and touch it. It's just,
You took the words out of my mouth. Yeah. And the clouds parted exactly when it went in totality, and that was just amazing in itself. And I guess that happened for everybody, pretty much. I've heard a few people that didn't. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, because it was actually pretty cloudy when we started going into it, and then it was like, this is not looking that great for total, and then bam, it was just like. It was like clearing up smoke out of a room or something. It just
I know they were
cleared up
spraying like
right
crazy
there. Yeah.
over the area that we were at. We all day, like we walked out at 8 a.m. and we're like, oh, it's beautiful. Look at these clear skies, 70 degrees. We're like, this is great. Can't get better than this. And then we started seeing all of these trails, and they were trying to yuck up the sky, but it didn't work. And I didn't even boil any vinegar. I didn't even mess with all that.
I know, and I forgot the vinegar too. And I was thinking about it later because I actually got to meet up with some listeners of the show that I never knew before, and it was great because we were talking about the vinegar too, and they got to see it as well, and I got to meet up with them after. It was just amazing. So, yeah. Well, I know you folks got a lot of calls, and we could go on for this for multiple shows. So, wow. Well, thank you so much. And Mark, I have to thank you because when I started listening to you in 2017, those are some of the first shows, and how excited you were when you saw the 2017 one. And I thought, man, I got to see that before I go. So thank you for your encouragement.
Yeah.
So anyway.
All right, man. Hey, you have a good one.
Yeah.
We'll talk soon.
You too. You too. Shout out. Let me do shout out to Matt and his family, his mother Karen and Andrew and Jonna and Catalina and Hannah, and I hope I'm not missing anybody's wonderful family and his children. And of course, Iris and Yvonne, we all went together. And Amy in Syracuse, she got to see it in Salamanca, and I was checking in with everybody, and Jesse and Brittany. I think I was talking to him right before totality, and of course Jan and Dallas. So love you guys, and keep it flat. Thanks everybody. See you, Mark. See you, Karen.
All right. See ya. Let's pick up Florida, and then we'll pick up 646 after the break. So 904. What do you got? You got a few minutes? What's happening? 904. Oh, God, is he sleeping? Listen, Karen. Yeah, he's sleeping. In his car, probably. Listen. Can you hear it? Peanut can hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I could make a lot of loud noise. Let's pick up. Let's do 406. We'll give you a couple minutes again. We'll pick up 646 after the break. 406. What's happening?
Hey, I've got the clown world of the year for you.
Okay.
NASA and Hollywood have both gone full retard. I just saw a trailer for a movie yesterday that's coming out.
Yep.
Where it's all about Scarlett Johansson playing a PR person in the late 60s, and she's hired by NASA to fake the moon landing.
Yep.
In case anything goes wrong.
Yeah.
You're saying yes, like you know about this?
Yeah. Well, the reason why I didn't cover it is because it's kind of a remake of a British film that was done pre-pandemic, where they were this for the same reason. That is, okay, we're going to pre-record all the moon missions in case something goes wrong. Therefore, the public won't know any different. And for everyone.
Yeah.
And Channing Tatum's in it, and it actually looks better than the other version that I saw. But they're hitting all the same beats, which is, okay, the government gets involved. It's going to be super secret. They don't know exactly what they're doing, how they're going to fake it, but they're going to, set up a warehouse, with ash, a Hollywood studio. They're not going to do. Yeah. So it is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
Call me crazy, but I think that it's just because everybody knows, everyone talks about it now, that it was just all faked, and they're grasping at last straws to try and get it into the public consciousness that we had to film a backup, and we ended up using some of the photos from the backup, and it's fine. We actually went.
Right.
I think that's what it's all about.
Yeah. I can't remember. What's the name of the film again?
Fly Me to the Moon.
That's what it is. Based on the song, I think, wasn't that a Sinatra song?
Yeah.
Fly me to the moon.
And it's just and the whole thing is a nauseating rom-com.
Yeah.
Romantic comedy, and they play 60s music, and everyone's dressed in the really cool 60s way.
Yep.
And it's just to make NASA look sexy again, and to get everyone to shut up about how they faked the moon landing.
Right. Because now you can say they faked it because they had to. Right. It was a backup plan.
Yeah.
They didn't use any of the footage.
Yeah.
But they recorded the footage anyway. And go ahead.
Yeah. They're going to say, well, they ended up using some of the fake photos. That's how they're going to explain it away in the public mind. It's just stupid. It's full retard.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'll watch it. I don't think I can. I could probably sit through it, but I'm curious that they made it anyway, because this is not the first time they've tried this film. I think the British version didn't do so well, and so Dad's like, all right, let's see what we can do. Why the hell not? Hey, anyway, we got to go to break. So do you have any shout outs before I let you go?
I guess Scarlett Johansson, whatever.
All right. As the first Scarlett Johansson shout out we've gotten. All right, man. Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good one. All right, we're going to our final break, and when we come back, we will pick up your phone calls. I will try to pick up 646, maybe 605. We got a bunch. I'll try to grab what I can, guys. So, Karen, the final break music.
Where is the
Alpha 33, target is on property, approaching food trailer.
Engage Delta 9.
Roger. Alpha 33 descending.
Hey, I know you.
Shh, they might be listening.
Aliens?
Probably.
Globalists?
Definitely. I may have already said too much.
We have what you need.
Really?
It's flat
I'm listening.
and round
Go on.
and delicious.
Tell me the secret. I see the truth in it.
I thought you might.
This truly is a special place.
Yeah, we like to think so.
Will you be here tomorrow?
We move around quite a bit.
Ah, a mobile command center. A strong strategy. I like where your head's at.
Anything else?
I was never here.
Package intercept. Copy that, Alpha 33. Come on back, let's eat.
Long live Flat Earth.
Long live Flat Earth!
Welcome back to Strange World. It's you, me, the always lovely Karen B, and sometimes Peanut. And yeah, so we're taking your phone calls. We got a lot. I don't think we're going to get to them all, but we're going to give it a shot. So try to keep it concise if you can. I know this first caller probably won't because, well, one, he can ramble, and two, he's probably not sober. And that would be 646 out of, I think, New York. I think he made it back to New York. Alex, have you made it back to New York yet? Are you back home?
Yeah, I'm back home. I'm going to try to unpack this quick because there's a lot to unpack. I wish I had like an hour to talk about it. A little housekeeping. Mark Devlin is speaking in New Haven tomorrow night at Bar New Haven. So if anybody's near there, go and see it. It's the Occulted History of Rock and Roll. He's already done a couple of shows here. So if you're near the East Coast or you're near New Haven,
Mark was here.
go see that.
Was Mark with you guys?
Yeah. No, he didn't make it over to the Eclipse. But I think he got, his New York show canceled because like all of us were out of town, but his Philadelphia show was really good. And, I think his Boston show was decent, but I think like the New Haven show is the one you want to go to. So go to that. Unpacking the, Salamanca, meetup and watching the sun go dark. Real quick. We hopped in with Weiss on Sunday, in the morning at 9, and we drove through the day, and it was the most beautiful blue sky
you've ever seen. Like Dave said something about, this is the bluest it's been since 9/11. Remember that beautiful blue sky on 9/11 many, many years ago? And there were no clouds. There were no clouds. We're like all hyped up. We're all talking about like catching up on all the, you know, all the gossip from our community and like all the new stuff that we've learned and everything. It was just a great drive over. We get over to the casino and we're like scouting for places to look. We go to the parking lot downstairs first of all. And we're like, yeah, this isn't very cool. I don't like this. And then we see this parking garage and we're like, let's just go all the way to the top of that and see what the parking's like. So we drive this spiral thing all the way to the top. It takes like 30 minutes to take this round thing up all the way. It's at the top of the casino. And there's nobody parked up there. So we're like, this is where we're watching it. This is where we're going to do it. So we hung out there on Sunday afternoon, evening. Blue skies, beautiful. And then about 5:30, 5:45, they started spraying. And it went from like one spray that was the biggest one I've ever seen to, we went over and we're looking off the other way to this little carnival thing they set up downstairs to do, like for where the normies will go and watch the thing and listen to, you know, mediocre rock music or whatever. And we're like, we come back over to the other side looking at the sundown, and there were 7 sprays up. So we already knew something was up, right? I mean, perfectly blue sky. So we're like, okay, well, let's see what happens. So we hang out that night. We go to sleep. I get a text on Dave's like pitching his app and everything. Like we're all in this group chat on the app, and he's like, Dave's like, oh, I'm getting up at 7 o'clock. I'm gonna boil vinegar. I'm boiling vinegar. And sure as shit, he was actually boiling vinegar at 7 o'clock. Because by the time I got out there, it was 11. There was a full vat of vinegar just boiling, right? Well, when we got up, of course, it was completely overcast, totally overcast. We're like, oh, we're fucked. We're not gonna get even a shot of vision at this thing, right? But there was a great cast of legends that showed up. I'm not going to go name by name, but all you guys out there, I know you're listening. That was an amazing hangout. There was probably 10, 15 of us, total legends. A lot of people in Western New York that made the drive an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to get over there. And we're having just a blast. We're having a great time. We start watching this thing. We're seeing little holes in the clouds, and people were making like really bad jokes about, you know, the wrong hole and all this stuff. But I was just looking at clouds, looking like that hole's going to be good. That hole's going to be good. No, we're not going to be so good here. Because we hadn't seen anything yet. And finally, like at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we're all looking up, and I see a patch of blue. And I was like, dude, we got a shot at this. We really have a shot at this. And, you know, of course, the whole time we're like, is this vinegar really working? Is that the vinegar that's working? That's creating those holes? You know, and the verdict is still out because these were high clouds. This was, I don't know if it was created by the sprays or whatever. But anyway, we're looking there and we're finally starting to get a little downtrodden. So we're just like, well, fuck it. We're just going to have fun. And which we did. And then like about it was probably 2:30, we're looking up and we're like, oh, this is it. This is it. And a swath opened up and we saw it at about 3/4 totality. And everyone's just like screaming and yelling. We're like, yeah, screaming. And then it closes up. And everyone's like, boo. All right, whatever. So we went back to just hanging out or whatever. And then I spotted this one little hole that was still coming up to just to my right. I was like, that's the one. That's the one that's coming. That's the one that's going to work. We're going to see it. And about, 20 minutes past, it gets to be about whatever, I think it was 3:17, 3:18. That hole opened up and we saw the exact time of totality right at when it does the diamond ring effect. And like the whole roof just erupted. And we're all like, dude, this was just for us. It was just for us. And we saw it exactly at the right time. And then it closed up. We didn't see any more of the totality. And then it got dark. And now this is the great part. When we were looking around when it got dark, we were looking not at the sky anymore. We were looking at the clouds, downrange west and downrange east. Ghostbuster clouds, dude. Ghostbuster clouds.
Wow.
It was like this milky marble cloudy stuff that I'd never seen before. I was like, that's wicked. And like, maybe we were supposed to see that or whatever. Right. And we're like, it was actually turned out to be super awesome. There, we got everything we wanted out of it. What I'd like to have had the full open sky thing so I could see all the orbs and all the everything else. Yes, I would have liked that. But I think we've got enough people on our team that we're going to have some good video so we can check that out. I mean, I even took some iPhone video and I got the whole weird lens flare thing with like the opposite of the occulting that everybody gets and nobody knows what it is. We think it's lens flare, but it only happens during an eclipse. You don't get that, as far as I know, any other time. So a lot of us got a lot of those little things. Again, I don't know what the hell it is, whatever. But anyway, so it was dark. When it was dark, it was awesome. We were like, dude, it's nighttime. It's nighttime. This is awesome. And we're partying on the top of this parking structure behind a casino. So then the light comes back, right? And then lo and behold, not even an hour after that, clouds cleared off. Clouds went away like magic. Yeah. So we went back up there and we're like, well, we're going to try to get this sunset thing. Because at sunset, they seem to be worried about what's going on at sunset. This is coming from Crow through Dave. So we sit up there, and shit you not, I sent you a video, Mark.
Yeah.
Planes out of nowhere. We had 15 to 20 sprays, individual planes going all over the place. They milked the sky to no end. And fortunately enough, I think those sprays were for people further up towards Maine, so they can't look at it when it goes down for them, we think, because the sun got below that. It got below enough that we could see it just above the mountains. And then Dave got some drone footage where he launched it way up above the mountain, so you could see the sun still way up above the horizon while you couldn't see it where we were, even on a 10-story structure behind the mountains. So we got some of that. He didn't get the disappearing sun because it went into the opacity of the, whatever you're, when you're looking at it very. You don't have to talk to Dave about this. He has all the big words. I don't. Anyway, so that happened. So we're like sitting there literally like, I've never seen this many, chemtrails. And now it turns out they sprayed all the way down totality or all the way up totality, whichever way they did it in order. And there's stuff coming out about that now. But that's not the best part. So we had a good time. It was great to see all this stuff, really, really fun stuff. Then we go in and we hang out at this bar that was closed, because, whatever reason, it's just like this casino, cheap ass casino in, West New York. They didn't even have the notion to hire another bartender for the bar. So we just rolled into this one bar and all hung out, right? So we're sitting there and we were going to do some editing of some video we did that day or whatever. Well, this guy that had been hanging out on the roof the whole day and night has been like jonesing to talk to us. Yeah. And we're just sitting there. I'm like going through the footage and everything else. The guy walks in. It turns out, and I've got some stuff to read from Dave here. Turns out he's one of the disseminators of the information from the Hubble telescope.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He comes in and comes at us first, and he's very triggered. He says he's the first man in line. I got some new information from Dave just right before I got on this call, and I'll read it to you. But he comes back 2 or 3 times. I'm trying to text Dave, who's up and doing some video up in his hotel room. I don't know what the fuck he was doing up there. I was like, Dave, get down here right now. We've got the Hubble guy in here. And finally, like, he comes down. Dave comes down and gets in there, like, on the 3rd revisit from this guy, because he was just jonesing to come talk to us, even though we were just hammering this guy. He was triggered, but he wanted to come back for more. So I was like, oh, yeah, come on in. You're the Hubble guy. You get data from Hubble. And then finally Dave gets down there. Dave goes through this whole thing, and I'll let Dave tell you this story. But essentially the guy was like butthurt because he's getting data from a source he doesn't understand, and he's disseminating it out as in truth. I got a lot of it on tape. And Dave comes down, and basically this guy just pouts and screams. He's butthurt. He's like, I'm the guy with the data. I'm the one that disseminates it. So let me read this real fast because I know you have to get off here.
Okay.
This is from Dave. This is new information. And this is a fact sheet about the order of operations through Hubble and how it gets disseminated. So I'm going to read it to you. This fact sheet says that the systems are now automated and the data goes from the satellites to the air base in White Sands, New Mexico, before being relayed to Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. And then finally hit him at the Space Telescope Science Institute in Maryland. That would be this Hubble guy that we were talking to last night. So he doesn't even know, this is from Dave, he doesn't even know his department's own official statements and where he actually gets his data from. This fact sheet is from July 2023. He gets the date 3rd, not 1st. So he's 3rd in line. And the archivist is the one that got us that data. So like, this was, it was kind of a big deal in one night. And imagine the guy, at least the guy 3rd in line to Hubble, that just decides to encounter us, like 15 people randomly at this casino, in Western New York, and comes to find us and kept coming back to find us. So I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. There you go.
Thank you, man. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
How are you guys? You good?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everything's groovy.
Okay.
Thank you, man. I'm impressed.
Yeah, that happened. That happened. There's got to be more from that. I'm going to let Dave kind of expand on that because we've got the video. We got a lot more stuff, but it was fun. And shout out to, I'm not even going to name names, just all of you guys that were there. It was a blast. And I'll pop off and let somebody else jump on.
All right, man. Thanks, man. Have a good one. And he's gone. People without voice. You know what? Bitch. Okay. Let's do well, because then I lose my place. It's like, okay, where should I what do you think? Peanut, Indiana, and then whatever we got left. Try Indiana. I think that's the next one down, right? Right? Yeah. All right. 812. What do you got? Give you a few minutes.
Hey, Mark.
Hey.
Good.
What?
This is Eric Miller. I'm in Columbus. I was just above where Karen B was.
Oh,
He was
cool.
in Seymour.
Cool. How'd it go?
And I got to sit out on the east side of my house in my lounge chair after I cut the grass and put my welding helmet on and watch that thing. But we had chemtrails spraying at 7:20 in the morning. There were 9 of them going across. And my son, I wrote to you about my son.
Yeah.
Who has no idea anybody's in a flat earth. And he called me up and he goes, "Hey, look at all the chemtrails coming." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm seeing this shit."
Yeah.
So, yeah, I wanted to talk to Karen and see, because that's right around where my family is.
Oh yeah, there was
Mellencamp's,
lots of spraying around where I was too. But it didn't
Yeah,
work.
I was thinking, oh, they're going to cover this thing up.
It didn't work.
But it all dissipated.
Yeah,
Somebody
I was like,
must
this
have been
is great.
boiling
It's going the
vinegar.
other way.
But yeah, I like that last guy, man. He had some good shit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'd like to get you to talk to my son. He's not seen anything. He just came to that all on his own, and I didn't even know he knew math. So, but I didn't have that much to say, but I wanted to talk to you. So you guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Somebody
Thank you very much. You have a good night.
All right.
Thank
you.
you.
Mark.
All right. Bye-bye.
You too.
We're doing. Go ahead,
hold on.
Karen.
Well, earlier when I said, why don't we see the dark spot missing where the stars are, where the new moon is? It's because the new moon is out during the day, Peanut says, and I thought about it. Oh my God, he's right. Because the full moon always rises at sunset and then sets at sunrise. So it would be the opposite for the new moon.
Right.
Would always be out during the day. That's why you don't ever see it.
Hmm.
So it still could be the moon.
Could be.
But there's something else. There is
Oh.
something else at play, though. It's not just the moon. It's gotta
This
be
guy, as you know, is still a mystery. By the way, did you see there was circulating around? It didn't surprise me at all. There was, I can't remember the location where there was a UFO blurring through the clouds at one of the locations. It was moving fast, though. I mean, it was moving really, really quick. But there was a whole bunch of people that saw it, and it's like, yeah, of course. I can't remember. I mean, the footage wasn't that great. And if you know anything about you, the what?
shocking.
Yeah.
Because everybody doesn't have a high def video camera in their pocket.
Well, no, this particular object was moving pretty quick through the clouds to where didn't matter what angle you were at, you were not going to get good footage. Anyway, I thought there would have been more. Again, a little disappointed. Not quite the armada I was looking for. What do you think, Peanuts? I was thinking of doing 470 and then maybe 509. Yeah. Okay. And then maybe 845. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I'm a little, you know what? Let's try something else. Let's do, well, crap. You can't drop off. Oh, you guys are killing me. Oh, that one guy was sleeping. Yeah, the guy that was sleeping, he dropped off. Okay. Just because I'm going to call on you doesn't mean I'm going to ask you really tough questions. Let's do, you know what? I'm going to jump down below. I want to see who Susan is. 818. Who are you? Why do I care?
Hello.
Hi.
Mark, Karen.
Yes.
Hi. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Nobody from California. How are you guys doing?
Good. You've called in before, haven't you?
First time caller. We've talked
Oh.
before, but first time caller. Yeah.
All right. What's happening?
I totally think it's the moon too. I think it's the moon. I think Karen's right or Peanut's right. You're right, like the speed thing's weird. But you look right now, you know, like the moon's a Cheshire cat right now. Like it's barely a tiny little sliver, right? So like I'm guessing the moon and the sun have to be very, very close together. Like a shutter of a camera, like when you drop a scrim, or like on a light when you drop a scrim. Like when you drop like a wire mesh like in front of a light. Like that's how you like do it in the movies. Yeah.
Sure. I can see that.
That's my thought anyway.
All right. Hey, I'm not going to shoot it down. How can I? Sky is a mystery to me.
I'm just throwing it out there.
All right. Well, thank you. By the way, just before I let you go, how long have you listened to the show long?
Yeah, long time listener, first time caller.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you called in. Is it just beforehand? I'm always curious. You just didn't want to call in because you felt like, what am I going to say? What am I going to ask?
Probably because I just don't want to be recorded.
Nice. All right. Well, good. At least that keeps my self-esteem.
You know what I'm saying, G?
All right. All right. Well, cool. You have a good night then, okay?
All right, you guys too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Keep it flat.
Keep it flat. We're going to be sending people to that house like right now. If you're listening to 818, stay where you are. Don't run. You'll only die tired. Do we have time for one more before 845? Yeah, Karen's doing the double flat there. What do you think? What do you think, Peanut? I'm thinking 509. I'm curious. I'm feeling lucky. Think 509 maybe? Try 509? Let's try 509. 509 out in possibly Spokane, Washington on the other side. Hey.
Yeah, so I moved to Florida, but anyway, I was actually up in Ohio. I was visiting some friends for the eclipse, so I was up in Cleveland, Ohio. I was actually during the eclipse. I was in just west of Cleveland, so it was pretty spot on, or almost, perfect in the center of the eclipse. So I think we got 4.5 minutes or more. So
nice.
And that was my first eclipse. So yeah, man, it was such an awesome experience. Yeah, so we were over at like a friend's house, and they had some family over, and then just some friends, and so we had like a barbecue, and then they started spraying the skies like an hour or so before the totality time, and one spray like right over the sun too. It's just like right in the center, and then another one like 20 minutes later after the first one kind of moves off to the side because of the wind, and there's like another one that goes in another direction and makes a big X in the sky like right over the sun. And then anyway, yeah, it was like and then there was one during totality too. There was another one that just went right over the path of the sun. I didn't get any video. I did get some pictures with some just using some of the eclipse glasses just over my cell phone, and then going into pro mode, and you can adjust the ISO and stuff, or else it's like way over, it's like washed out. But yeah, I got some really cool. And then I also brought it like a welding glass, or from a welding mask, and that was like a more greenish color. Then the glasses were kind of more orangish, which I don't know what the difference is. Maybe they're blocking a slightly different color spectrum. But yeah, anyway, yeah, it was very cool. It was, yeah, definitely, like Karen said, it felt like a trip, like just going into that, and just like it's just like everything is getting dark, and then the birds start chirping, like it's like dusk, and then it's like the whole horizon is lit up, but then we're just in darkness in the center, and yeah, it was really weird, but it was really awesome. Really, well, yeah, awesome. Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah,
very, very cool.
Yeah.
Hey, do me a favor, man. We gotta wrap up the show here pretty quick. So give me some shout outs.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Mark and Karen. Shout out to all the callers.
And also, special shout out to this guy, the archivist on YouTube. I find this stuff, if you want to like learn about like actual history, what's recorded history in like 1850s to 1950s, and he focuses on America, he literally just reads newspaper articles. And they're just really cool newspaper articles about really cool explorations and discoveries in the Americas. And then just kind of what people thought of at that time. Like, yeah, I just find it really interesting. He also goes state by state and does tons of articles per state. So if you have a particular state, or he's got like 20 or 25 states or so done so far. So anyway, yeah, check him out if you're interested in that. So awesome. Yeah. Hey, thanks for taking my call.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Talk soon. All right. We got 845, then we're going to wrap it up. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. Big Nothing Burger.
New York, with some cloudy ass skies and not able to see the fucking eclipse. Bullshit. It was still fucking fun.
Wasn't going to be all magical, man. But so go ahead.
No. Hey, and I'm not saying that vinegar doesn't work, but I'm not saying it worked. It was interesting. When we got there, at like 4:30 the day before, it was the clearest fucking skies, beautiful blue, and then they started spraying. We're like, what the fuck? It was just horrible. So horrible. They tried so hard.
No.
I mean, you were able to see a couple times. It was pretty neat. I want to see Karen's footage. That's got all the different angles and stuff. I want to see that. But it was still an experience, and it was really weird to me. Like, I mean, well, I guess to everybody, when it got dark, that was just fucking weird. Like, the bats came out. Like people said, you heard the birds. That was bizarro to me. And that I did see the UFO thing. That was,
you know what I'm talking about.
You know, yeah, absolutely.
Send me the link
and I
to
wonder.
the UFO thing.
What's that?
I'll send it to you, Karen. Or well, Zulu, if you find it first, send it to Karen. But I mean, it's not mind blowing, but it didn't surprise me at all. I've seen UFOs show up at stuff like that, like big forest fire in Boulder, Colorado. And
I wonder, was it a plane that was up in the sky and that was the shadow? It just was perfect timing and the shadow went by there. I can't say yes or no.
Yeah.
But it was kind of fucking creepy that all of a sudden that thing was there. It was like, wait, what? And they were all bugging out. Everybody saw it.
Yeah.
They're like, what is that? What's that? Oh my God, aliens. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Were you okay, Mark, when you watched that video? Were you like, ooh.
I was fine. It was fine. Again, by that point, look, I was, well, it's just hoping for a little bit more. That's all. Yeah, kind of hoping for a little more meat to the bone type thing.
It was very anticlimactic for you, huh, Mark?
Yes, it was. It was anticlimactic for me. Because I watched.
There was I did not see any reverse werewolves or vampires. Every
city, you guys were out in the field, and so every freaking 6 or 7 minutes there was a new city in totality, and everyone had camera crews there, and everyone was borrowing everybody's feeds, and it's like, oh look, it's in Arkansas. Oh look, it's in Arkansas again, and then 2 or 3 towns in Indiana, and when it got to the speedway in Indianapolis, it was like, this is it. And I was thinking, well, if nothing happens there, then nothing will happen, and it didn't. Anyway, what else you got, Zulu?
No. Thank you for everybody who showed up. It was a blast. Just want to say that. It was definitely a lot of fun. We were up on the 37th floor of the parking structure. Oh my God, it was so funny.
37?
And no, it was only 8, but it seemed like forever to get to the top.
Oh.
Weiss got there first, and he tells me, "Yeah, you go to the top of the parking structure. It's like the 20th floor." And I'm like, "What? Are you fucking kidding me?" And I started driving around. It felt like you're on the 20th floor. It was just huge.
Wow.
That was funny.
All right.
Yeah, so we hung out up there. He did the vinegar. They did the vinegar. And I don't know, like, it was weird. It was super, super thick. and then above us, it seemed like it got a little thinner. Again, maybe just perception, but it seemed like it got a little thinner, and then there was a couple times when it peeked through, like the clouds were thin enough just at the right spot where we could get a little glimpse of it.
When you were boiling vinegar, were you doing the chanting?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Papa is chanting around the thing. Yeah, of course.
I was reading.
But duh, it won't work unless you do that.
Right. I was reading through Karen's Modern Guide to Witchcraft, and one of the chapters was on boiling vinegar and how it can affect the sky.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You got any last minute shout outs, Zulu? Because we got to wrap this thing up.
Just wow. Yeah. Shout out to you, Karen, Peanut, Andy B, Ice Queen, myself, everybody that was there. It was just, that was the big part, just to hang out with everybody and be stupid. I mean, I laughed consistently since the second I got there till I left. We were just cracking the fuck up.
It's cool that you guys had
so
a
much
good
fun.
meetup,
I didn't even
though that the weather kind of.
Right. That's what. Yeah, I agree. That's what mattered. I mean, it would have been cool if we really got perfect footage or whatever, but it was really just hanging out. I played roulette. I never did that before with David and won money. I walked away from the table a couple $100. I think he won he won more. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
And oh shit, I didn't even have a quote. How about have a good day or not? It's your choice. There you go. That's from Zulu 1.
Nice. All right. With that, we will be back next week. Same flat time, same flat channel. Probably going to be called Kicking the Can. In fact, I'm 90% sure. Say good night, Karen.
Good night, Karen.
Say good night, Zulu.
Good night, Zulu.
Yeah. And Peanut, well, he's got to wrap this thing up because he's got children to sell. All right, that's it. Hot Sex. Good night, everybody. Roll credits.
Everybody.
Hot Sex.
And Stefan from Deftones in 2 weeks. Whoop, whoop.
Yep, Stefan in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Wound up chasing stars all over again. There's words for what you got, what you have, and what you'll ever need. There's love so many nights, so many nights, so many ways to believe.
Mike Jack. Jack.
You realize it's the same link every week. It never changes.
Yeah, I know. I should paste it somewhere, I think.
Hello, Daisy. Hello,